Oh boy, we got a brand new Captain Falcon trailer. Well, you don't really learn a whole lot or anything particularly new. Um, there's something mysterious and conspiratorial going on. It's an assassination attempt on the president and stuff like that. And nobody knows what's going on, and some mysterious somebody's pulling the strings, and nobody knows what's going on, and strange things happen, and perhaps war is afoot, and nobody knows what's going on because, well, they reshot it several times over, and they never really had a script. But one new thing you do get in it is we get a very diminutive woman with an accent who's in charge of protecting the president, apparently. And she does take down a man who looks to be about, a 230-pound Navy SEAL. And with her toothpick limbs, she throws him to the floor. Now, maybe she has some sort of superpowers, it is Marvel. So if they do that, hey, I'll give them a pass on that one. What are the odds they didn't? Yeah. Then, if you saw Falcon and Winter Soldier, then you understand who the character is that's introduced in the opening of the trailer and the connections there. Based on rumors of who's there, the mysterious somebody is the leader, a Hulk villain, and probably is able to mind control people, and probably did that to this guy who was the original first Black Captain America. He never got a chance to put on the suit or nothing, but they wanted to experiment the super soldier serum on him. Yeah. And, he's still upset about it and all that. And then looks like he gets brainwashed and sent after the president. So there you go. And then, Captain Falcon wants to find out what that's all about. Okay. And eventually we already know, oh, boy, the president must have given himself the gamma radiation treatment and now has Hulk powers, and Hulk's out. And there's a showdown between him and Captain Falcon, who has no superpowers. He does have this fancy suit, which I guess is more akin to an Iron Man suit, because they show him flying down and slamming into the ground, and he's standing there like everything's fine. And it's like, well, he's got to have a little more than just his legs. Otherwise, those legs are shattered. But we do see where his wings can now cut through a car that the Hulk throws at him. Yeah. So anyway, it's still a Captain America movie with no Captain America. It's just Falcon gave up his name and gave it to this other guy and took on the name Captain America because Steve Rogers gave him his shield. And the rest of it is a Hulk movie, a Hulk story with Hulk characters, but with no Hulk. Yeah. Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. But sooner or later, this massive reshoot thing should work, huh? Officially, they've shot enough for 2 movies. I would go so far as probably 3. Certainly the money spent. Where even if you cobbled together something that's, okay, sort of entertaining, you've spent too much money to be able to make it back with that. What are they going to do? Suddenly say, hey, there's a Deadpool cameo in it. I don't think that'll work out either. So, they just keep rinse, lather, repeat stuff into that corner, and can't seem to figure out how to get out of it, Yeah. So, good luck. What are the odds that the espionage conspiracy plot element of the film will be so intriguing as enough to say, you know what, somehow, some way it worked out, and it's not bad. I'm dubious based on past experience, But, well, after this, you have Thunderbolts, but nobody knows what that is. Have heard tell that it's kind of okay. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine, but not right now it isn't, because they're in a bad place. They need these movies to be great, and there's really no chance of that. So, what a mishmash that it'll be. Yeah, the more I don't know that any that got reshot to the point of great success. They reshot Doctor Strange, and look how that turned out. It made money. It wasn't as bad as the other bad movies that have been out since of the era for Marvel, but it was pretty bad. They got worse after that, so, there's something to be said for that. But when it came to a big reshoot, the only thing I can recall would be World War Z, and that seems rather tame and child's play compared to today. But they reshot half the movie. I mean, there was a whole other narrative. Remember, Matthew Fox was in it, and if you blink, you miss him. He's in the movie, but he had a whole story arc and everything. It didn't test well. They scrapped it, and they reshot it to give you the ending you see in the movie, which was successful. There was talk of a sequel and whatnot. I really don't think there should be. I think it's a one-and-done thing. Unless they were going to do something more akin to the book, where you would almost have to do this sort of faux documentary type approach to a World War Z scenario. But nevertheless, so that worked out, where they reshot it in order to save it. But now, to this degree, an entire other movie is shot. None of that has proved successful. So, maybe, how many times do you do this when you learn that lesson? Hey, maybe you should write a script, and then you come to an agreement and hammer out what you thought was weak and fix, while it's just on the page, on paper, and you think, this is the direction we want to go. Of course, there's other things. Some actor bails or gets hurt on set and stuff like that. Weather can affect what you're doing. What have you? But that's not what's happening here. There's been factors like that, Jonathan Majors having a scandal and that kind of thing. But most of it is this foolishness of just slap job work, combined with woke era nonsense, of course. But that's just no way to do this. So the odds that anything can come out of this Captain America movie, well, it rides against it. So the best thing going for it is the extremely lowered expectations. So, I don't know. Maybe you can hope for that, and people who do go and see it, you say, you know what, I was expecting crap, and I was going to laugh at it. But it's not that bad. Maybe. But still, with the money spent, they probably still can't make the money back. Yeah. I don't know, maybe the Red Hulk action figures will bring in some money. Maybe that. Maybe.